znowu. Pewnie jakąś zagadkę rozwiązać. Siema, Motan. Tell me
Okay,
why you are
so
dumb. Co?
how do we open it?
All right, should be easy enough.
Gdzieś musi być podpowiedź. Zawsze zaszczycę nam swoją urodę. Boże, dziękuję! Dzisiaj to się liczy jeszcze bardziej, bo się nie wyspałam. Bałam się, że będę wyglądać jak bulwa. Ej, tego nic, z tym nic nie
Tyler,
robiliśmy.
we're not done with this one.
Oj, dobra, no, szukam podpowiedzi.
The princess lost her most precious treasure. That's why it all happened.
I still can't wrap my head around it.
All right, should be easy enough.
Dam, bo tak. Okej. Okej. Dobra, jakie znaczki są? O. Trzy litery. Ja nie wiem, co tu wpisać. W sumie? Tu nie ma liter.
The princess lost her most precious treasure. That's why it all happened.
Na
I still
podłodze
can't
gdzieś
wrap
jest
my head
napisane
around
nie.
it.
Why don't we just break this open? There's
Nie.
a crowbar right downstairs.
Nie,
What?
nie, nie, nie,
No.
nie niszczmy.
You don't want to try and figure out what all this means?
I'm so done with her riddles.
Przestań, Tyler. Ustawmy SLU, szacunek ludzi ulicy. Nie wiem, trzyliterowe imię dziecka. Albo nie wiem, możemy napisać sowa po angielsku. Ale po co? Kompletnie nie wiem. Może N po prostu napisać. Nie. Teraz nie mogę z nią pogadać, żeby, ej, co o tym myślisz? Tu nic nie ma. Tu też nie. Rozwal to ścianę! Pierdykniemy w to okienko! Nie no, nie chciałabym, ja bym chciała rozwiązać. Ej, tu też jest jakiś kwadracik po prawo, tam też coś powinno być. I tu jest...
Tyler, we're not done with this one.
Ale ja
Why
chcę...
don't we solve this one first?
Dlatego, że kurwa nie wiem?
Hey, I want to take a crack at this one before we try to figure out any others.
Stara, ale ja nie wiem, jak to otworzyć.
That crowbar is sounding pretty nice right now.
Nie wiem. Macie jakieś te pomysły czaty? Może tutaj było na drugiej stronie, bo ja chyba je nie... Nie, to nie tu. Po drugiej stronie. Weź to podnieść. Przeczytałam? O, no właśnie, nie przeczytałam drugiej strony. One night the princess woke to a raging storm. The wind howled against the walls, rattling the windows in their panes. Fearing a ghost might burst open a window and blow the tiara to the ground, she plucked it from its pillow and brought it to bed with her. All through the night she held the tiara close, and in the morning she woke to find herself still cradling it. The storm had passed and the princess relaxed. That day was the same as any other, though she perhaps gave the tiara an even more thorough cleaning, grateful and she was that nothing had gone wrong. That night she placed the tiara upon its pillow, gave it a quick kiss, and went to the bed, pausing on her way to be sure it was still there. In the morning, she woke and sensed immediately that something was wrong. In the living room, the tiara lay upon the ground, broken, dull and faded. Nothing else in the room had changed. The pillow was exactly where she had left it. The window was closed. There had been no storm, no wind, no sign that anything at all could have gone amiss. Only the broken tiara mute upon the ground. She picked it up and held it in her arms with a guttural cry. But though she tried to fix and to polish it, it was gone, beyond repair and with no shine left. The princess held the tiara through the day and through the next night, sitting in the same spot at the window where she used to polish it. When the sun rose, she looked outside and her gaze fixed on a sapling. She remembered how this sapling had survived the winter, clinging to life despite the frozen, unforgiving earth. Without a word, she went out and buried the tiara in the ground beneath the sapling, and as the final scoop of dirt fell, the tiara felt truly gone, and with it the final link to her old self. She could only go forward and find a new place for herself in this world, where she was no longer truly a princess in a tiara and a beautiful gown, but one woman alone in the deep and ancient wood. And that was how the princess lost her more precious treasure and her sight. To co ona to dziecko zakopała? Rozumiem, że ta tiara to dziecko.
That crowbar is sounding pretty nice right now.
Ja nie wiem nadal, co tu wpisać! Tam nie ma żadnej podpowiedzi. Nigdzie nie ma żadnej podpowiedzi. O nie! Tu jest O! Tu jest... Dobra, widzę. Najpierw było to. Jest O, L, E. Ole. Kurde,
That
wiedziałam, że
crowbar
gdzieś
is
muszą
sounding
być te
pretty
litery.
nice right now.
Czasem trzeba się zdenerwować. Problem sam się rozwiązał. No. No przecież wziąłam Ole. O, L, E. No wpisałam to.
The princess lost her most precious. That crowbar is sounding pretty nice right now.
Chyba, że tu będzie E, a tu będzie L. No nie. No to może nie wiem. No to Elo. My od tyłu. E, L, O. Bierzemy Elo.
That crowbar is sounding pretty nice right now.
Aż kolorki ma na napisach. O, kurde, nie wpadłem na to! Faktycznie! Dziena. Dobra. Czyli czerwone. Leo.
That crowbar is sounding pretty nice right now.
A chciałam wpisać przez chwilę Leo, ale mówię nie zgadza się kolejność według tam tego, jak otwieraliśmy.
Yes.
Dzięki, Kagzor.
Whoa.
Did it just get darker in here?
Dear Alison and Ollie. Ona wiedziała. Wiedziała.
Ollie, she noticed. I was her son.
Dear Alison and Ollie, we write stories to understand and be understood. But what good is a story without a first act? I'm sorry I kept mine from you for so long. Alma love goblins.
Why does she have a photo of that tree locked in here?
No to tam zakopała. O,
Is that...
Leo Ronan.
Why didn't she tell us about him? Why didn't she tell us any of this?
no ile mieliście? 11
I
lat?
mean, it's fucking terrible. That's why. Allie, did we do the right thing opening this?
We did. It's better we know what happened, even if it's hard. And there's one more thing we need to see.
Are you sure?
Yes. Come on, let's go to the dock. It's time to finish this.
Ale tam jeszcze tu i tu i tu i tu 4 tablice.
The crafty goblin's loot.
No
That's from the
właśnie.
princess and the two thieves. I drew the original.
And I distinctly remember drawing that cake, which is arguably the best part of that illustration.
All right, Picasso. Then you probably remember what the goblins stole in that story, huh?
Szukamy. O, tu jest to. Jedzenie znikało. Na początku tylko parę owoców i orzechów i jajka. But then small items started to disappear as well. Spoons and plates, forks and knives. And blankets. Żarcie.
Some flour for the cake, maybe?
Nie.
Or not.
Owoce.
Maybe they took some of the princess's fruit? I'm pretty sure they stole
Jajka.
some eggs.
To są cukierki. Czy tam były cukierki? Orzechy, ale tam nie ma orzechów. Łyżki, talerze, noże, widelce.
What if they took some spoons?
O,
That's it. I always wondered where that drawing went. She said it was her favorite, and then one day it just disappeared.
to tylko tyle.
Hey, now that we're done with the important stuff, maybe we can take a crack at these?
Dobra,
Very
wszystko
old
bierzemy.
beaver's repair list.
That's the story where the princess's house gets damaged by a storm and the animals help her fix it.
Yeah. What did they do to fix it again?
No to patrzymy. O, the beaver fixes the house. Czy storm shook the house? Dach. Ściany.
She fixed the roof shingles. She fixed the planks that were blown off the walls.
I co jeszcze? Ja nie rozumiem, co ten... No, beaver. Bóbr naprawił. And she set about writing the post with loud slap. Poprawiać post. To jest post. Słup. No to właśnie może, a właśnie, bo tu jest narysowany ten Bóg. To może nie
Maybe
to,
not.
to
Or not.
jedno.
She slapped the post with her tail to write it.
No i co jeszcze? Chyba, że właśnie te 3 rzeczy mam zaznaczyć.
She fixed the roof shingles. She fixed the planks, though.
Okej,
All
czyli
right.
Ale tam przecież niedźwiedź to naprawił, a nie...
Damn. That must have been rough on Eddie.
Yeah, he doesn't really like to talk about her.
Dear Mary Ann, you cover your eyes every time I try to have this conversation with you, so I thought I'd have a better chance doing this in a letter. I know you don't like saying goodbye, so I will keep my melancholic rambling short and sweet. I want to thank you with all my heart for taking care of me for these past few months. I can't even imagine how exhausting it must have been for you to look after a sick old lady when you also have 2 small children at home. I know you want me to keep fighting this disease and hoping for recovery, but it's always been a great strength of mine to know when it's time to let go, and that time has come. I would like to ask you for one last favor. Please take care of Eddie after I'm gone. My poor boy puts on a brave front ever since his father died, but I know he's in pain. I would be so much more at peace knowing he still has family. Maybe he could teach the kids how to fish. He loves spending time with them. Thank you for the warmth and the peace you brought to my life. Give the kids a kiss for me, will you? Karol. O, to mama Diego. Dobra, teraz to.
The crafty goblin's good deeds.
Of course, the goblins had to help out the creatures of the forest to pay off their debt to the pelican.
Well, what did they do?
You know, I don't really remember.
To jest to. The Pelican forgives the goblins. Once upon a time in a deep and ancient forest there lived a pair of crafty goblins in a cave below a big wooden house. They lived with a wise princess who shared as much food with them as she was able, but it was never quite enough. This left the goblins hungry. Very hungry, always hungry. One day as they were out foraging for food, the those pelican landed on a rock and dumped a smorgasbord. Co? From her beak. Dobra, w sumie to mi się nie. 2 zrobiłam. 2 zostały, to na później. Idziemy
really
pod
wanna
to
go?
drzewo.
You sure we've seen everything?
O, no nie, to czyli nie będę mogła tu wrócić. No dobra, to ja jednak chcę zostać.
I guess we could stay a little longer if you think there's more to find. The old bear's gifts for the princess. I'm totally blanking on that story.
Dlaczego to nie może być na ten... Dlaczego muszę czytać? Nie może być na obrazku? To jest to.
What did he give her again?
Why don't we open up the book and check?
Some roses, maybe?
Nie. No też czytałam na początku gry. Było do czegoś potrzebne. tuńczyk, jagody, bloomed bluebell. To chyba jakiś kwiat.
Maybe not. Fresh caught salmon, a handful of ripe berries,
I
some roses, maybe?
nie roses.
Actually, I'm not sure. A newly bloomed bluebell? Nice.
No tamto
Man,
jedno jest trudne,
yeah,
nie wiem,
bad.
no.
Just couldn't let go.
Sorry for the note under the door like a prison inmate. You okay? I stopped by and rang a couple times this week, but you didn't answer. I could see the light in the high loft, so I figured you were in, but didn't want to talk. I hope it didn't ruin everything. I didn't ruin everything. I know I probably came on kind of strong, but the thing is, I don't know how to talk to a woman like you. You are strong and a kind, and you know so much. It's hard for me to know how to keep up. I guess all that went to my head. But I want you to know I got the message, and I'm gonna get out of your hair now. And there doesn't need to be any bad feelings. We can pass in the street and say hello or not. It's okay. P.S. I noticed your car was leaking, so I put some sealant in there. You might need to take it to the shop though. Let me know if you want me to come with you, because sometimes these guys try to rip you off. If not, no big deal, Sam. No kurwa, ale to jedno nie wiem jak rozwiązać.
The crafty goblin's good deeds.
Może to dalej jest, a ja nie przeczytałam. Dobra. To mam wybrać tam zwierzęta. No to okej, jest łoś. Jest łoś, jest miś. Księżniczka.
Of course. The goblins had to help out the creatures of the forest to pay off their debt to the pelican.
They gave the stalwart moose a good scratch on the back. They broke open the beehive for the bear. They hugged the princess when she was crying.
Jednak było ładne.
Nailed it. Our lives would have been so different if their friendship hadn't gone to shit.
The Pelican Crossing is a specialty gift boutique located near the O'Shiel Glacier, catering to Gunstino's channel tourists as well as Delos Crossing locals. We specialize in an assortment of high-quality products, from home accessories, handmade souvenirs to personalized apparel, nie umiem czytać, and locally made art. The Pelican Crossing will be the first store to act as a relay between the buzzing arts and craft scene and customers. In addition to a wide array of novelty, handcrafted products, the consumer will enjoy friendly and knowledgeable customer service from Veggie Store co-owner Tessa Veggie and up-and-coming artist Mary Ann Ronan. This business plan is prepared to obtain financing in the amount of $20,000 to purchase inventory and to help cover expenses in the first year of operations. In year 1, the Pelican Crossing plans to break even, and in year 2, we plan to generate a moderate profit. Working on the executive summary part of our business plan, what do you think? Yes. Już to komentowali? Dobra, wchodzimy.
You
Znaleźliśmy
really
wszystko.
want to go?
Tak,
You sure we've seen everything?
tak.
Either way, I'm ready for this to be over.
Me too.
Ale nie znaleźliśmy wszystkich tych górek. Czyli idziemy tam. Będziemy znowu robić remember.
What are we waiting for? I want to know who was here that night. Let's try and remember who Marianne was arguing with.
Może z tej strony stanę, bo do mnie mogę sięgnąć.
Almost.
Wiedziałam! Mówiłam wam.
Tom? Tom Vecchi is our father?
Of course. It had to be him.
Tessa
Mówiłam.
knew, didn't she?
Yeah, she must have. It's what she didn't want to tell us.
God, Marianne and Tom?
I know.
What should we do now?
Yeah, call him out here and make him tell us what was going on.
And if he won't?
We know his secret. He will. Tom,
Wiedziałam!
it's Allison. We
Wiedziałam.
need to talk. We know it was you.
Wiedziałam.